Hi folks, Mike Wesley here for Birdie Stix, and this is our first introductory video on our adventure to making golf clubs. Yes, so I'm an amateur golf club builder and I went to school for manufacturing, so I'm pretty dangerous. I got into golf club building because of my wife, actually, and it's been a real fun hobby, actually. You know, it's really fun to do, and it's profitable too if you so choose to go into golf club building for, as a living. So I played golf off and on in my 20s before I was married, and then put away the golf clubs effectively and went through life. And one day, about 7 years ago or so, my wife says, maybe I'll try golf. I'm like, oh, great. Let me pull out the old golf clubs, and she says, let's get some golf clubs. So I buy her a used set of golf clubs on eBay, and good value, $70 with shipping, bag, and everything. Wow, it's like it's good value. They played like crap. They were very inconsistent. Some clubs would go left, some clubs would go right. She's still new, so starting to take lessons, very inconsistent. And so I bought her another set that played a little better. I went up in the food chain at Christmas. I had a coupon for Sports Authority or whatever. I got X percentage off, the percentage off. They were clearance clubs. These clubs played better, but they still didn't play well. So then what happened? Let's go back in time to when I started playing golf. So there was a gentleman in Los Angeles, had a small golf shop, and he worked there part-time. That was his part-time business. He was a principal at the local elementary school. And so he said, well, I go into the store, I build golf clubs. Great. And he had maybe 200 square feet, little narrow shop. And so he explained to me the process. I do this, I balance and blah. And he was 6'4". And he'd been golfing, he was a really avid golfer. And I'm about 5'9½". So he says, yeah, I can custom build you these golf clubs to fit you and all this other good stuff. I'm like, great, let's do this. Value price. He charged me a very reasonable rate back then for a full set of clubs. I had the 2 through pitching wedge and sand wedge. And I think back then I paid $150 and custom made, it's like, it wasn't too bad. So I played those clubs for about 5 years, and come to find out, they were actually too long for me, and they were too heavy. I think the swing weight was something like an F. So we'll get into some of these things. You don't really have to worry about too much, but the more you know, the more you have control of what you're doing. So golf club building is not expensive. It's much cheaper for me. Well, of course, once you start getting started, once you have your tools, it's way less expensive to build your own custom clubs to do what you want. You can experiment than buying a $1,000 set of clubs, of irons or something like that. I personally can put together a decent set of irons for $20 an iron, something like that, 25, 20. So anyway, you can too. And they're actually playable. Part of what I want to help you do is to build clubs that are playable. That's one of the problems. And for example, here's my daughter's driver. I got a little daughter, she's 7 years old. It's her driver, 7005 aluminum head. A lot of you are like, oh, it's not titanium. It's okay, because we have to look at the player and make a decision. This is a junior flex shaft. It's the most flexible available. And that's probably about, $2 or $3. And I think I've got a $1 junior size grip that feels very comfortable. It's comparable to a commercial name brand, actually. And this plays really well. She's, again, we're social golfers. She's not out trying to win any tournaments. I don't think she's actually played any tournaments, but this is great. This is very playable for her. And a couple other things. Here's a putter that I built for her, which could be built for a real woman. This is the Bella Volare. Take a look at that. I love this. It's a butterfly. See that? And it's got jewels. Yeah, she really digs that, and I do too. That's why I build. It makes me feel really good building for my family. Got the pink bubblegum putter grip, so you can customize whatever you want. And look how short it is. It's perfect for her size. You can do this. If you go to a club builder, it's going to cost you. So we're going to have at least 20 videos that I have noted that we're going to go through, but my first few will help you get through the initial stuff. with building clubs is really, there's two different arts to this. One is sizing the player, and we're going to do, again, we're for amateurs. This is going to be light duty sizing. What is the statistical correct thing for you? We'll get into that in another video. Another is then building the golf club or trimming the golf clubs, for example, that somebody gave you. We're going to cover all that. And regripping. Some of the regripping is probably going to be some of our first stuff. A couple things, again, once you start building clubs, you can do some neat stuff. Built this for my son. This, some of you will see, there is, look at that, 515 cc's. Yes, PGA not legal. That's okay. We don't play PGA anyway, so it's kind of fun. Got a nice SK fiber shaft on there. And a lot of folks are like, oh, if it doesn't come from a big name, it's garbage. Well, you know what? This is how the golf club industry works. You have your big name companies, those that you already know. Well, guess what? They're all buying from China, and they're not buying from factories that are their own factories. They buy from these other factories. And now you've got two sets of factories out there, the ones that put out good stuff and the ones that put out garbage, okay? It's not easy to figure out what's what, but you can buy these parts direct in America or direct from China. And I'll talk about some suppliers later, some folks that I like. And there are 3 levels to golf clubs. Sorry, a little warm today actually. So the first level is your top tier, name brand. You know, you walk into a store, salesperson says, yes, we have this and we can custom build it for you and it's going to cost that. Or yes, you can buy the bag set or the box set or whatever, and it's going to have a stiff or an extra stiff, stiff flex, which we'll get into that. You know, well, Tiger Woods can play extra stiff. Great. Well, why are you offering me extra stiff and I don't even have a handicap? You got a fundamental problem there. It's a disconnect. I'm not going to be swinging at 100 miles an hour. Matter of fact, I don't swing at 90 miles an hour. So that set's not going to work for me. So we're going to go on an adventure to do this. So yeah, that's your first level. Let's continue with the levels and we'll move forward. The second level, there are golf club components, parts out there. Come on, guys, just like hot rods and cars. You can buy components that are better than the components for the original car from these other manufacturers. And these other manufacturers, many of them are making the name brand components, but you don't necessarily know that because you haven't sat down and done all the research, and who's got time to do that anyway. But there's a second level. That's your second tier of components. For example, Horeco Golf is my favorite. I buy from HorecoGolf.com. They're not paying me for this. Also, here's my my wedge. It's a Maltby, Ralph Maltby. Take a look at golfworks.com. They have some quality second level components. They're as good and better than many of the name brand components. And you just sort through the marketing and figure out what you want. And we'll talk about some of that later. Then there's your third level. These are just direct knockoffs of something famous. These usually don't play well. So my goal is to teach you how to try to avoid those that don't play well and build clubs for fun and profit. And actually, here's another one. Here's a good idea too. If you do this for fun, if you got kids and stuff, you're going to always have your spring event fundraiser. And whenever they have a fundraiser, this is one that I built for a lady. Actually, I built her a different one too, but anyway, there's a little scar on this one. So this cost me about $25, I think. I'm not really sure. 7005 aluminum head. Plays well. Nice ladies flex shaft and a nice little grip on it. Made it to her colors and specification, all that stuff. And we're also going to cover in our videos a whole lot of stuff. Shaft flex, for example. This is a regular stiff flex. What? Is it stiff or is it regular? Well, depends upon how you cut it. We're going to talk about that in our other videos. And then, as you embark on your adventure to club building, you're going to need some supplies. That's going to be in another video. You're going to need some basic stuff. You're going to need your gripping solvent, gripping tape, 2-part epoxy, and some other stuff, some sanding things. We'll talk about that. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to try to come out with a video a week. If I can, I'll come out a little faster with some of those things. Within the next couple of weeks, we will have first some regripping, some resizing. I've got some left-handed clubs that was given to a left-handed friend, a young lady. She's 5 foot tall. So we're going to cut and regrip in our next videos. Thank you. And if you enjoy this, please subscribe so that whenever I post a new video, you will be aware of the video and what it's about, and maybe we can help you grow in this new fun-filled area. Take care. Thank you. Bye.